Hi, it's Marie from the RVkeys, and today we're going to be showing you grooming all three of our cats in the RV. Things that help keep the fur down and keep their nails from cutting through our lovely furniture. We're going to start off today with Ketchikan. Ketchikan's kind of the jumper and the lover of the group. He's a talker. He will talk possibly during his nail cutting. So in a moment I'm going to turn the film over to Ben, because Ben does the nail cutting, because, you know, I don't like to get that geeky stuff on my fingers. So Ben, would you please cut Ketchikan's nails and coat him for me?
The first thing to do when cutting any animal's nails, in particular cats, is to extend their claws and look at what's called the quick, which is the pink portion of the nails. Now, I'm only going to cut off the very tip before the quick, so it doesn't cause any bleeding and it doesn't cause any problem for Ketchikan here. So I'm using this anvil style clippers, and you make sure you spend some good money on these. You don't want the cheap ones. The cheap ones usually tend to be loose. It's clear and you can see the quick. Now some animals may have darker claws, and it's much harder to do, but in this case all our cats have clear claws, and we can just go ahead and cut them. And he basically is probably, I'd say, the most well-behaved out of all our cats. Now, I usually push the middle down like that, and that helps extend the nails so I can clip them. Yeah, I know, Ketchikan. So this one's good right here. Doesn't have any tips here. There's a really long one right here if you want to focus in on that one. This one, here's the quick right about there, so I'm going to cut right in front of the quick like that. And this one's good. This one just needs a little there. Sorry about that, Ketchy. A little twitchy there, huh? It's okay. One more to do. One more to do.
As I said earlier, Ketchikan is our talker, and he lets us know when he's pleased and not.
One more nail to go, and then you'll be done, Ketchikan. There you go. Now it's time for treat time. This is a special fun time. So now, okay, I'll tolerate the nail clipping if I get my treats.
And we use Temptation treats. It seems to be one of the cat's favorites. They come in many flavors. They tend to prefer the seafood flavors, though.
Now we're going to show you how we groom the cats with our defurring tool. Now there's several different cost options. We started off with this one. It's a cheap version we got off of Amazon. Basically, it works the same as the little more expensive one called the Furminator. Now, the nice thing about the Furminator is it's a little bit more higher quality tool, plus it has a option that lets you push out the fur instead of you having to pull it out yourself. Now, we're going to start with this one. Now, Ketchikan usually likes this because it's, you see how you work in short strokes here, and it pulls the fur right off here. Now, let's see, now I'm going to use the Furminator here, and we'll do a little analysis here of how they both work here. But this is how we keep the fur down in the coach. Otherwise, the fur literally does fly around here.
And he doesn't mean we're fighting folks, but it really does help with the cats.
Yes.
And it will probably work just as well with a dog.
Now, see, basically that just pushes it right out there and ready to do the next brush. Now, I'm going to do it one more time here with Ketchy. He's probably not going to be too happy with me here. But short strokes work best. And it's amazing. He's the least furry of all our kitties in terms of cat fur. Alright, now here we have a little bit right here. Now see, watch how this comes out. When I push this out, it comes right out, ready to go in the trash. Alright, that's how we keep the fur down in this place. Okay, here we are with kitty number 2. By no means in order of importance. But actually, we love our kitties all the same. But Gremlin is the princess of our kitties. She's mommy's #1 kitty. Now, she's a little bit more challenging to cut than the other two nails because of the excess fur involved. But it's still the basic same process of extending each claw, inspecting each, and making sure not to go past the quick of the nail, which is where the blood is. So we just cut off a little bit of the tip here, and she's usually once she knows what's going on, she's usually not very upset about it. And just one here, you see how long this nail is. This one's Sometimes I think the inner forenails, sometimes they're a little bit more challenging, especially her with the fur. Now here, see this one here? This one I'm just going to go snip.
Is there any particular reason that you have Gremlin in a box?
Well, I realized that when I was cutting Ketchikan's claws, the nails were just flying everywhere. And this is just a way to contain the claws that I cut, so that way they're not everywhere. Now, she's also more of a challenge using a Furminator because she has more fur, and more often than not, we get a lot of fur from her, and she's not always too crazy about this, but here's the Furminator results on the first pass. All right, so we're going to let her go back inside, and we're going to dig out Juno for our next cutting example. And here we are with our third kitty. This is Juno. And if you haven't noticed, we've named at least two of our cats after towns in Alaska, where we spent our honeymoon back in 2013. Okay, so far, repeating the steps here, I usually have somewhat the most difficulty carrying her because she's always not the happiest kitty when it comes to this part. And you see she's complaining. I'm not by any means hurting her. She just doesn't like it. However, her nails, because I think she eats the most, tend to grow faster than all the kitties combined. So whenever I cut her, chances are I'm going to find something to cut. So here, for instance, her inner claw here needs to be done here. A little hard to see because I'm trying to give her. There we go. Yeah, I know.
Yes, those claws almost look invisible.
Yeah, almost are.
I see Juno likes to talk.
Well, she usually talks at all. All right, and that's it. That's all we've done. Now we're just going to do a little Furminator on her. She actually might like this one than the other two. And her fur is distinctly colored. It's more, I guess, it's almost like Ketchikan's fur. Okay? You see, she really lights that, but I see it's more of a gray fur. Now, when I use the cheaper tool, I have to take this out by hand. When I use the Furminator, I can take it out without anything. Now, she's probably going to settle down here right away.
So, Ben, do you think that both the Terminator and the other one you're using work about the same, or would you recommend one over the other, in your opinion?
This does have a wider pattern here, but I really do like the feature of the Furminator that has the push-out tool, make it a lot easier. It's a little more solid feeling in the hand. For my hands, I think it's actually good, but a smaller hand may appreciate this tool. And I'm sure there's a few other in the market. We can send different links to both the Furminator and this one in our Amazon affiliate links. So we really hope you enjoy this presentation and learn something and be able to travel with your kitties and your fur babies. Open the doors to adventure and start your journey with the RVkeys.